Hey, this is John Smith with ExtraHop Networks, and today I want to talk a little bit about our Citrix Ready partnership. Today we're going to show you how we can not only leverage our visibility into the ICA spec by looking at latency and load time metrics and kind of setting an SLA and then alerting on it when it's outside of the SLA, but we're also going to talk a little bit about our OctoBlu integration in a project we have in-house here called ExtraBlu. And what we're going to do is we're going to set thresholds here. And if you look, here is my ICA latency monitor, and this is our trigger. And here, this is the actual URI stem or the GUID of the OctoBlu trigger that we're going to kick off. And what that's going to do, and if you look here, we've set our latency to 10 milliseconds because we want to be able to generate some records. In your environment, you would likely set this to 275, 300 milliseconds. We've done the same thing with the OctoBlu launch. We've put in our Octo key, if you look here, and then we're setting it to any launch that takes longer than 1 second. In your environment, you may set this anywhere from 10 to 30 to 40 seconds, depending on what's acceptable to your end user population. So let's take a look at our OctoBlu workflow. So this is the ExtraHop system observing the network data passively without any agents. And what it's going to do is kick off an OctoBlu workflow. And if you look here, you'll see it's actually functioning now. It's actually kicking off workflows as I'm talking. And here, if you look, this is the OctoBlu trigger. And if you'll notice, you'll see there is a URI stem after the V2, right? And this is what you copy into your ExtraHop trigger as the Octo key. And then this is what ExtraHop uses to trigger this workflow. And what it's doing is it's taking metrics that are outside of either the SLA or metrics that are figuratively outside of a good latency threshold, and it's generating a message to a Slack group channel. And a lot of teams with remote that are kind of distributed across the country, having a Slack channel is a good way to keep everyone kind of on board, kind of keeps everybody abreast of what's going on. We're basically taking those system metrics and we're providing a way for you to see them instantly. We can either send them to a group within the Slack board, or we can send them here. We're sending it to a group. We can send it to an individual user. But more importantly, we're basically positioning you as a Citrix team, if your team is distributed across the country, or if you're in an office and you just want to, you're in different locations, basically you can sit back and observe any sort of issues that are going on with your Citrix environment. This can be used for HTTP 500 errors. This can be used for slow database calls. What we're trying to do is position the Citrix team to get ahead of user performance issues before they get escalated as a Citrix issue. Here, latency, high latency, I've never solved a latency issue with my Citrix environment. It's always been something on premise. So this kind of gives you an idea. If we've configured this for slow database calls, you could get a warning and then get ahead of it before it gets escalated as a Citrix issue. Thank you for watching. Once again, this is John Smith with ExtraHop Networks, and we are Citrix Ready. Thanks.